I was reborn. The first thing was to remove the tube from my wife, who was lying on the hospital bed and unconscious. What else was there to rescue? After rescuing her, she was allowed to raise a gigolo. Would domestic violence force me to commit suicide due to depression? After Nirvana, I was called you Hulu. Yifan, who told you to remove the tube? My mother-in-law rushed to the hospital ward. Unfortunately, she was a step too late. I had already signed the consent form to give up rescue and personally pulled out the oxygen to be inserted in Liu Ruyn. Liu Ruyn had a serious truck accident yesterday. After the rescue, the doctor declared her brain dead. But who knew that half a year later, this dog woman miraculously woke up, which vividly proved the saying, harm lives for 1,000 years. But at that time, I didn't know that she had a gigolo outside, let alone she had a car accident in order to buy a Valentine's Day gift for her gigolo. So after learning that she had a car accident, I was not only very sad, but also spent all my property and borrowed a huge loan to save her. I shamelessly asked my relatives for money and went to the hospital on time every day to give her nutritious rice-based, massage her body, and talk to her. As a result, you would have thought that the first thing Liu Ruyn did after waking up was to divorce me. She said that after experiencing a life and death, she understood that life is short and she didn't want to suppress herself anymore, and she wanted to pursue true love. I couldn't accept this blow, but I couldn't resist her constant domestic violence, as well as her and Xiaobi AI's disgusting behavior. Unable to bear the humiliation, I agreed to divorce. When divorcing, she promised to pay back the debt for his medical treatment, but suddenly turned her face after the divorce, saying that the money was borrowed by me, so of course I should pay it back myself. I was also tortured by Liu Ruyn and Xiaobi AI's face, and later I wanted to divorce quickly, so I didn't delve into the divorce agreement. I also always thought that people couldn't be so shameless, but the fact is that the debt finally fell on my head. And Liu Ruyn is a mama's girl. The house we live in is under the name of my mother-in-law, and most of her monthly income is given to my mother-in-law. I didn't get a penny from the divorce, and I couldn't pay it back. But when my relatives found out about my divorce, they came to ask for money right away. My parents helped me borrow some money, and those relatives kept pestering my parents. Every day, countless people came to our house to ask for repayment. My mother has high blood pressure, and she was sent to the hospital several times because she was so angry. My father also became extremely irritable because he couldn't raise his head in front of his relatives. Once he was so angry that he impulsively took a knife to cut Liu Ruyn. He didn't cut Liu Ruyn, but was arrested by the police and detained for 15 days. The family was torn apart and filled with smoke and miasma. I was powerless to change the status quo. I could only cry every day and suffered from severe depression. Less than a year after the divorce, I jumped off the building and committed suicide. Then I was accidentally reborn on the second day after Liu Ruyn accident. At that time, Liu Ruyn was still in rescue and needed money the most. In the previous life, it was also today. I owed a huge debt for her. To start over again, of course, I would give up treatment. I looked at Liu Ruyn coldly. The number on the heart rate monitor returned to 0. The pleasure of revenge was indescribably satisfying. My mother-in-law looked at the dead Liu Ruyn in disbelief and broke down and cried, "My daughter, how could you die? How could you leave your mother alone in this world?" After crying, she suddenly bared her teeth and attacked me. I dodged sideways. "Yifan, why did you give up the treatment for my daughter? Why did you? Now she is dead. You compensate my daughter. Compensate me." My mother-in-law was like a shrew making a fuss. "Did I give up?" You didn't give up." I asked her with a sneer. "What nonsense are you talking about? How could I give up my daughter? She is my only daughter. How could I give up her? It was you who killed her. Yesterday you said you couldn't afford to save Liu Ruyn, so today I had no choice but to sign to give up treatment," I said coldly. My mother-in-law's face turned pale. She thought she could control me and believed that I would do everything to save Liu Ruyn, and even if she didn't pay a penny. At that time, she was the one who kept encouraging me to borrow money from my own relatives, and she said that she had tried all the relatives on the Liu family side, but no one lent her money. She had made all the calculations, but she didn't expect that I would suddenly act out of the ordinary. My mother-in-law couldn't say a word for a long time. If you want to say that it's you, Mom, who really killed Liu Yuan, after all the money Liu Yuan earned over the years is from you. When she was in trouble, you didn't take a penny. If Liu Yuan wants to hate someone, she should hate you, I said with sarcasm. After that, there was no time to delay. I still had a lot of things to deal with. There was still some property between Liu Yuan and me, as well as the compensation from the insurance company, and even the money Liu Yuan spent on the little white face. These had to be calculated clearly. I left directly, and of course I wouldn't care about Yuan's funeral. It was disgusting to cry for that kind of woman. After returning home, I asked the decoration company to move away all the valuable furniture and smashed all the decorations that could not be moved. The house is not mine, but the decorations in this house were all paid by my parents. How could it be cheap for others? After finishing, I went back to my parents' house. My parents don't quite understand, nor do they understand why I did this. Logically, you Yuan-eyed, and I should be very sad, but I was like nothing happened, and I was very happy. I can't explain too much to them, just let them believe me. I am not an ungrateful person. My parents must be on my side, even if they were forced to despair by the Liu family and relatives in the last life. They didn't dare to scold me. Thinking of the humiliation my parents suffered because of the Liu family in the last life, my hatred is even deeper. Liu Yuan is only one of the culprits, and there are also Liu's mother and Xiao Beilian. I will not let any of them go. Early the next morning, Liu's mother kept calling me like crazy. After dozens of calls, I slowly answered the call. You bitch, are you dead? You haven't answered the phone for so long, Liu's mother screamed petulantly. It was your daughter who died, have you forgotten? Liu's mother was so angry that she vomited blood. Where did things in the house go? Why was the house smashed? Did you do it? Was it? That was the home of Liu Yuan and me. Now that Liu Yuan is dead, I have the final say on how to deal with the things in the house, and you have no right to ask. The house is in my name, and it is my home. What does it have to do with you? You have to understand that I gave it to you to live in before, Liu's mother said righteously. I was really angry and laughed. The house was indeed bought in full by Liu's mother, but at least half of the money in it was the salary that Liu Yuan handed over to Liu's mother when Liu Yuan and I were in love. Of course, Liu Yuan and I were not married, and Liu Yuan's money had nothing to do with me. But Liu's mother said that she had no money because she bought this house, and she refused to pay even a penny for the wedding. I am the only son of my parents. They have loved me since I was a child and did not want to be unhappy because of this matter. Not only did they promise not to take a penny from his family, they also promised to pay for a decoration. At that time, Liu's mother kept saying that this house was the house of Liu Yuan and me. She just had a real estate name. The right to use it was ours. We could live in it, rent it, or sell it. It was also my fault that I was young and ignorant, and I was devoted to Liu Yuan, and I was fooled by this black-hearted mother and daughter. I took a deep breath and tried to control my emotions. I was angry for such a person, and it was not worth it to make myself depressed for such a person. I don't want the house either. You can keep it until you die, I said coldly. With Liu's mother's temper, I could not get any of this house, so I didn't want to waste time on it. Guarding those cold properties, no one to see you off, no one to inherit, is the greatest tragedy in life. Are you cursing me? Liu's mother asked me excitedly. I ignored her and continued, but the decoration of the house was paid for by my family, and the electrical appliances and furniture inside were all bought by my family. Shouldn't I move out? Yifan, you bitch, don't you have a conscience? I paid for you to buy a house for you to live in. Now that my daughter is in trouble, you turn your face against me. Aren't you afraid of being struck by lightning? I'm not the only one who's not afraid of being struck by lightning. After all, some people have already suffered retribution. I said sarcastically. Are you scolding my daughter's death as retribution? Shouldn't you know it very well? I tell you, Yifan, my daughter is dead, and you don't think you can get away with it. Liu's mother hung up the phone abruptly. I looked at the phone and smiled coldly. Who is afraid of who? I'm afraid that you won't die. That afternoon, my father and mother were sitting in the living room watching TV, and their faces suddenly changed. They like to watch social news on our local channel, which is nothing more than some family matters. Fan, look, my mother called me nervously. I also sent a message to the insurance company on my mobile phone in the living room asking about the compensation for Yuan's death in a car accident. Because Yuan was the main responsible party, the compensation would not be too high. When I heard my mother's voice at this moment, I looked up and saw Yu's mother on the TV screen. She was being interviewed by a reporter. There was also a news lead on the lower left of the screen. After my daughter had accident, the son-in-law not only did not rescue her, but even smashed the house. My daughter had a car accident the day before yesterday. My son-in-law was afraid of spending money, so he gave up the rescue and caused my daughter to die in the hospital. Now he doesn't care about my daughter's funeral. I really have no choice but to ask you to help me. Yu's mother cried while speaking, looking like a pitiful old lady, which really makes people sympathize. Why don't you come? Is it because of guilt and self-blame? The reporter asked. No, Liu's mother said in tears, as soon as my daughter had an accident, he wanted a house. I worked all my life and bought them the house with the coffin book in full, and it was written in my name. Because I didn't agree to give it to him, he immediately turned his face and didn't recognize me, moved all the furniture and appliances in the house, and smashed the house. Liu's mother became more and more sad and burst into tears. The reporter consoled her for a few words and then asked, Auntie, you found us today. What do you want us to do for you? I hope my son-in-law will come to take care of my daughter's funeral, restore the decoration of the house, and return the furniture and appliances to me. Okay, let's contact your son-in-law first, said the reporter. After a while, my phone rang and my parents' phones rang at the same time. My parents answered the phone separately. My mother, it's not what you think. How could our Fan do such a thing? It's a misunderstanding. My father, don't you know what kind of person Fan is? It's obvious that the Yu family deliberately discredited Fan. If you dare to say bad things about Fan again, don't blame me for turning my face and not recognizing you, and we won't even be relatives. Obviously, Liu's mother's move has produced social effects. You don't have to think about how bad my reputation is now. I felt a burst of irony in my heart. In the last life, because of debt, the Yu family made me lose my reputation and my family was broken up. They want to cyber-bully me and make me repeat the same mistakes? It's so funny. Does she really think that God has no eyes? Next, you should also experience what it means to have evil come back to you. So, after the reporter made 2 calls, I answered, Hello. Hello, Yifan. We are from a certain program group, your mother-in-law. I saw the TV station live broadcast. I'm going to Yuan's Memorial Hall now. After saying that, I hung up the phone directly. Who doesn't know how to make trouble? I put down my phone, went to the room to pack up my things, and then prepared to go out. Fan, are you really going? My parents looked at me in disbelief. Anyone can see that I will not get any good results if I go out now. After Liu's mother made such a fuss, I became a complete bad guy, and I don't know how many people would humiliate me if I went there. Don't worry, I can handle it. I comforted them. I'll accompany you if you suffer a loss alone. With the TV station here, I won't suffer a loss. You just wait in front of the TV to watch the news. I don't want them to worry about me like this. My mother has high blood pressure and my father is impatient. If there is any conflict in the middle, it will hurt my parents' health, which is not worth it. I opened the door and several neighbors were blocking the entrance. When they saw me coming out, they hurried away. As they left, a few gossiping old ladies muttered a few words. This is the evil son-in-law, Heartless. I heard that this family is intellectuals. How could they raise such an uneducated person? This is called a gentleman's come. I was furious when I heard that. My parents were reasonable, so they were bullied by the shameless Liu family. I didn't waste time to defend myself now anyway. The truth would soon come out. I took a taxi and arrived at the destination, the Memorial Hall. There were quite a lot of people. I guess they heard that people from the TV station were coming. In addition to relatives and friends, there were also many people who came to watch the fun. As soon as I walked in, the whole hall was boiling. Fan, you actually dare to come. How dare you come? If it weren't for you, you or you Ryan wouldn't have died. If it weren't for you or you Ryan's mother looking for you through the TV station, would you be so cruel that you didn't even seal you or you Ryan off? Thanks to you, are you Ryan and Liu or you Ryan and's mother for being so good to you? You and Liu or you Ryan have been married for more than 3 years, have no children, and have never disliked you. How dare you turn your face against me? All the relatives of the Yu family were scolding me. In fact, the Yu family and the relatives of the Liu family are not close. Yu's father died early, and Liu's mother had a strange temper and many thoughts. She never supported her parents-in-law, and the Yu family couldn't stand her. Today, probably because there were people from the TV station, and the dead are the greatest, everyone wanted to take the opportunity to show their so-called sympathy and sense of justice. I glanced at Liu Ryan's coffin and then saw Yu Ryan's pretty boy Ji Boxai, who was also Yu Ryan's colleague. Ji Boxai noticed my gaze and his eyes flickered. Ji Boxai, and Yu Ryan are still in a shameful underground relationship now. They are not so blatant. They are still a little evasive when facing me. I might be arrogant later, saying that I am occupying the toilet without doing shit. Ryan and I have been married for 3 years. We really don't have children, but it's not my fault. It's because Ryan has a cold uterus and it's difficult to get pregnant. The doctor suggested IVF, but the cost of IVF is high, and Liu's mother is unwilling. Moreover, Liu's mother didn't know where she heard that the children produced by IVF are not good, not to mention that the doctor said it is difficult, not impossible. So Liu's mother asked us to get pregnant naturally first and talk about it when we are old. Later, I really got pregnant, but it was not my child, but Jibox IAO's. I still clearly remember the arrogant look of Liu's mother after Ryan became pregnant, saying that her daughter was fine, but she was a little bit weak. It's really ironic the more I think about it. So I walked up to Jibox IO and slapped him in front of everyone. Jibox IO was stunned by my beating. Ryan's colleagues who were in the morning hall were also shocked by my behavior. Why did you hit him? Liu's mother stood in front of Jibox IO and asked me angrily. Ryan is a mama's girl. Ryan tells her mother everything. So Liu's mother has known that Ryan has a gigolo outside. Liu's mother even supports it, saying that it is normal for women to have men outside, and if they can still get themselves pregnant, it is a great ability. Just beat him, I sneered. Why do you need to choose a day to beat a gigolo? What are you talking about? My daughter is dead, and you still slander her like this, Yifan. Have you eaten your conscience? Liu's mother's collapse once again aroused the emotions of others. Yifan, have you had enough trouble? There are so many people here today. Can you have a little shame? You are asked to atone for your sins, not to be arrogant. You are really lawless. I have never seen such a shameless person in my life. Is he born by a mother but not raised by a father? TV reporters also rushed over quickly. Fortunately, the TV station was there, otherwise I would have been speechless. Mr. Yi, don't you think your behavior today was a little inappropriate? Your wife just passed away, and you are not only not sad, but also making trouble. The reporter pointed the microphone at me. I don't think it's inappropriate, I said bluntly. Yifan, how can you be so shameless? Was my daughter blind to fall in love with you? My daughter died so tragically, so tragically, so tragically, so tragically, so tragically. Liu's mother cried heartbreaking, and everyone went to comfort her and blamed me. Jiboxio kept crying beside him, and he was also very aggrieved. Do you have any misunderstanding with your wife or mother-in-law? The reporter is naturally calmer and more rational than ordinary people. It's not a misunderstanding, it's a fact. I said coldly, my wife Liu Ryan cheated on her during the marriage, and the person she cheated on was him. I pointed at Jibox IO. You are talking nonsense. You are Uy and Andai are ordinary colleagues. How could it be possible that we... How is it impossible? I sneered. Why did you or Uy have a car accident? Why did she die? It's all because of you. You can't slander me like that. Jibox Io accused, looking like a victim, but in fact, because he had a guilty conscience, he didn't dare to act recklessly. Yifan, I am Liu or Yu Yan's leader, and also Bo Zhao's leader. There is nothing wrong between them. I can testify. Liu or Yu Yan's direct leader came out to speak. See, the leader said there is nothing between them, and you are still talking nonsense here. Liu's mother rushed out again and pointed at me unscolded. They are doing sneaky things. How could the leader know? You won't be with them 24 hours a day, right? I asked the leader. The leader was a little speechless and then said, but no matter what, there should be evidence before you say it. Of course there is evidence. I glanced at Gbox.io, and Gbox.io's body trembled slightly. He probably didn't expect to be exposed in public. You know, he on Liu Ruy and did a great job of keeping it secret. No one knew except his mother. If I hadn't been reborn, I wouldn't have known, so that when I learned the truth later, the blow to me was like a bolt from the blue. I don't know what I did to make you misunderstand me like this, Gbox.io said before I could speak. I don't want to disturb Liu Rui's funeral because of me. Since you don't want to see me, I'll leave. Gbox.io was about to leave. I stopped him directly. What, are you feeling guilty? I just don't want to make everyone unhappy because of me. I'm just an insignificant person. How can you be considered an insignificant person? You are the one who directly caused Liu Rui's death. I said it clearly, word by word. Even if you want to find an excuse for not rescuing Liu Ruy, you can't slander people like this. Gbox.io retorted with a red face. Before I could speak, the leader protected me, Yifan. That's enough. I know Gbox.io's personalities very well. No matter what you say, I don't believe there is anything between them. After that, he comforted Gbox.io. I'll take you away first. This is Liu Rui's mobile phone, and there are chat records between Gbox.io and Liu Ruy on it. I took out Liu Rui's mobile phone directly. At that moment, I saw Gbox.io's face turn pale instantly. For the sake of fairness, let's let the most impartial TV reporter take a look at what the two talked about. I gave the phone to the reporter directly. The reporter was the most willing to take the phone, and when he looked at the chat records inside, his face changed visibly. After looking at it for a while, he quickly called the cameraman to take pictures. What are you filming? What are you filming? Liu's mother was furious. She knew the relationship between Liu Ruy and Gbox.io best. Once they were filmed, the fact that her daughter was raising a gigolo outside would be known to the whole country. I took the phone away before Yu's mother could grab the phone. Yu's mother glared at me. Yifan, give my daughter's phone back to me. So, Mom wants you. I should know that Liu Ruy and is raising a gigolo outside, I said sarcastically. What do I know? I know nothing. It's written clearly in the chat records between Liu Ruy and Gbox.io that you agreed, and that you especially like him and don't like me. I didn't. The reporter should have seen it too, right? I asked the reporter. I saw it, the reporter nodded. Oh, Yu's mother blushed, and the next moment she suddenly ran away. You go quickly. I don't need your help now, you leave. You can't leave. There are more exciting things to come. How can you leave? Mom doesn't want to expose the family shame. I have to help you, I said sarcastically. You bitch, my daughter is dead. You want me to die too, right? I'll beat you to death. Mom, the camera is filming. If you dare to do it, it's called intentional injury. You'll go to jail. Liu's mother was threatened by me and said to other relatives, help me drive him out, drive him away. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him. Mom, you're going too far. You're afraid of committing a crime, so you let your relatives commit crime. You can't be so vicious. Some relatives who were ready to make a move suddenly calmed down, and they were obviously dissatisfied with Liu's mother. That's not what I meant. Yu's mother tried to explain. I was too lazy to talk nonsense with him, so I said bluntly, Mom, do you know how you are you why and I? Liu are you why Anne was killed by you? You gave up the rescue, so you killed her. Liu's mother insisted that it was my fault. Liu are you why Anne was in a hurry to buy a Valentine's Day gift for G-Box IO, so she got into a car accident. When the car accident happened, she was still calling G-Box IO. If G-Box IO hadn't distracted her, would she have run a red light and been hit by a truck? What? Liu's mother looked at me in disbelief. This is the last chat record between Liu RUYN and G-Box IO. G-Box IO asked Liu RUYN for a gift, and Liu RUYN went out to buy him a gold necklace. This was Liu RUYN's last call, and the call time was exactly when she had a car accident. I turned the phone over to Liu's mother. When Liu's mother saw the message, her face changed drastically, and she turned her head and looked at G-Box IO fiercely. G-Box IO was directly exposed, and he was ashamed. Why do you ask my daughter to buy you a gift? Give me back my daughter. Give me back my daughter. Liu's mother rushed over, grabbed G-Box IO's hair and cried and made a fuss. The scene was instantly in chaos, but no one tried to stop it. The TV station didn't mind making a big deal and kept filming. She wanted to buy it herself. I didn't hold a knife to her and ask her to buy it. She said she loved me and insisted on giving me a gift. What can I do? G-Box IO couldn't stand it and blurted out in desperation, directly admitting the fact that he was a gigolo. I saw G-Box IO's leader standing next to him, his face turned green, which was undoubtedly a slap in his face in public. Of course, Liu's mother was the most excited. How dare you say such things? My daughter is dead, and you still say such sarcastic words. Do you blame me for your daughter's death? Blame Yifan for not rescuing her? Chai Ai O turned his spearhead to me again. Yifan, did you deliberately not rescue Liu RUY, and because you found out that she didn't love you anymore? No matter what, it's a human life. How can you be so vicious? G-Box IO's shamelessness is simply unmatched. No wonder G-Box IO was able to win over Liu's mother. You know, I have never been recognized by Liu's mother over the years. It is said that after Liu RUY and married G-Box IO, Liu's mother took out all her savings to buy her a new house, and the names of Liu RUY and on G-Box IO were written on it. When Liu's mother heard what G-Box IO said, she immediately vented her anger on me again. Yifan, did you not rescue Liu RUY and just because she had someone else outside? How can you be so cruel? Even if it's a big deal, you shouldn't treat Liu RUY like this. You are killing people. Liu's mother had a hideous face, and she wished she could strangle me to death at this moment. There were also some discussions among the people around. Some people said, indeed, even so, we should not save people. After all, saving a life is better than building a 7-story pagoda. Some people also said, isn't this ironic? The wife went to buy gifts for a gigolo, and when she got into a car accident, she still asked her husband to save the dying and the wounded. Is this playing moral kidnapping? Most of those who said they would save people were the older generation, and those who said they would not save people were the young people. I said to Liu's mother calmly, Mom, I said before that it was you who didn't save Liu RUYN, not me. Liu RUYN is my only daughter. How could I? At that time, the doctor said that the rescue might cost hundreds of thousands, and it is very likely that she will be a vegetable after the rescue. You directly said that you had no money. I interrupted her. You have no money. Do I have any money? How can you have no money? You and Liu RUYN have been married for 3 years. Don't you have any money? Even if you have no money, won't you borrow it? Liu's mother said shamelessly. In the 3 years of marriage, if Liu RUYN had given me a penny, I would have saved a lot. I said loudly, and in these years, Liu RUYN's money was either given to you or spent on G-Box IO. What qualifications do you have to say that I have no money to borrow? If you have money, why don't you use it to save Liu RUYN? You are talking nonsense. You are just talking nonsense. You are just talking nonsense. Liu's mother blushed. I have evidence. I smiled coldly. Reborn, I am fully prepared. I took out the file bag in my hand slowly and took out the bank statement inside. This is Liu Yuan's bank statement for the past 3 years. Yuan's monthly salary is nearly 20,000 yuan. After receiving the salary, Liu Yuan's first thing is to transfer money to her mother, 6 yu that is. She will give her mother 12,000 yuan every month. The remaining 40 is usually spent on Jiboxio, about 5,000 yuan. There is also 3,000 yuan that will be used to subsidize the family expenses, but on average it will not exceed 1,000 yuan, and the other 2,000 yuan will be used to make money for herself. After all, she always says that she works in a big company and her image is very important. Yu's mother looked at the long list of bank statements and was unable to refute it. They were all facts and there was no way to refute them. As for me, my salary is indeed not high, only 5,000 yuan a month. But this 5,000 yuan, I use all of it for our family. This is the account I make every month. I can't even bear to buy myself a piece of clothing that costs more than 500 yuan, and Liu Yan's candlelight dinner for Jiboxio costs more than this amount. I showed everyone my spending details. The TV station reporters were the most active, filming nonstop. No one expected such a big plot twist. Liu Yuan has been working for 7 or 8 years, right? You're given more than 100,000 yuan every year, so you have at least 1 million yuan in your bank account, right? Why don't you take out this money to save Liu Yuan? Where did I get so much money? When you and Liu Yuan got married, didn't I buy the house in full? Liu's mother started to make excuses again. But Liu Yuan and I have been married for 3 years. We bought the house when we got married, and there are still 3 years after marriage. You have saved hundreds of thousands of yuan. When I bought the house, I borrowed money from relatives. Shouldn't I pay it back? Li's mother kept quibbling. Really? I sneered. All the relatives are here today, so I want to ask, who lent my mother-in-law money to buy a house? All the relatives looked at each other, and no one spoke. Yu's mother was a little anxious. She probably never dreamed that I, who was so exploited by her, would suddenly embarrass her one day. Yes, I still have some extra money, Liu's mother admitted, but she refused to admit the other things she said. But I never said that I would not pay for Liu Yuan's rescue. Liu Yuan is my only daughter. How could I not pay for her rescue? Yifan, why are you wronging me like this? I knew you were thick-skinned. I sneered. So I went to the hospital and copied the video of you talking in front of the doctor that day. I didn't give her a chance to regret it. I took out my phone and played it. Yu's mother's sharp voice came from the phone. What? Rescue costs hundreds of thousands? It's not certain that you can rescue her. If you rescue her, there is a high possibility that she will be a vegetated state. Think about it. I can't give you any advice. I can only tell you the worst result, the doctor said helplessly. Anyway, I don't have money. Liu's mother took over the conversation directly. I don't work, and I get a pension of 1 or 2,000 a month. What money can I have, Yifan? You are her husband. Make your own decision. As soon as the video came out, the whole audience was in an uproar. What kind of person is this? Her own daughter is dying. But she only cares about her own money. The key is that she already has the money earned by her daughter. And she wants to push all the burdens onto her son-in-law, right? What if the daughter can't be saved? The money was borrowed by the son-in-law, and he has to pay back all the debts himself. He really wants to take advantage of everything. He deserves the nerve to ask the TV station to expose his son-in-law. Does she have no shame by appealing to the Her face turned red and white, and she couldn't say a word for a long time. Seeing her like this, I felt really happy, but it was not enough. Everything I experienced in my previous life was far more than this. I continued calmly. My mother-in-law came to the TV station to accuse me today. She took away my things and smashed the decoration. I am making a clarification here now. The reason why I did this, I have to admit that I am indeed imbalanced. Why can Liu Yuan find a gigolo outside? And why does my mother-in-law still support her so much? Now that Liu Yuan is dead, I can't confront her, and I don't want to argue with my mother-in-law, so I just want to take back my things and make peace with this family. The so-called my own things are that when I got married, all the household appliances in the house were given by my parents, and the decoration was also paid for by my parents. But this house is in the name of my mother-in-law, and I have no share, so I can only move my things away. By the way, my mother-in-law said that because she bought the house in full when I married Liu or Yuan, the money for the wedding was all paid by my family, and my family gave 200,000 yuan as a betrothal gift. Most people here should be able to testify, right? A relative immediately agreed. I can't testify that she told everyone that her daughter was capable and earned 100,000 yuan in betrothal gifts when she married someone. She also mocked my son for spending hundreds of thousands of yuan to marry a wife. I almost had a conflict with my son because of this. But now it seems that I was lucky that I was not instigated by her. Otherwise, the retribution might fall on me. She deserves it. God punished her by killing her daughter. Leah's mother was angry again by the relative. What did you say? What nonsense are you talking about? She was about to hit the relative, but was pushed away by the relative's wife. The force was so strong that Leah's mother took several steps back. The relative's wife threatened coldly, "If you dare to touch her, I will kill you." Leah's mother was frightened. "I said that your daughter's death was caused by you. Not only your daughter, but also your wife was killed by you. People like you, no one will see you off after you die," the relative's wife said viciously. Liu's mother was furious. At this moment, she collapsed to the extreme. She cried out and burst into tears. "You all bullied me, an old lonely woman. You all will die," she cried and cursed like a shrew, which was extremely shameful. Everyone at the scene looked at her as if she was a joke. No one had any sympathy at all, and it was disgusting. There is another thing that needs to be clarified. I ignore Liu's mother. Liu Yuy and I have no children because of Liu Yuy's poor health. It has nothing to do with me. This is the hospital certificate of her uterine uncold. I took it out in public. Yeah, fam, that's enough. Do you want Liu Yuy to die with regrets? Liu's mother roared at me like crazy. Yes, how can someone like her die with regrets? I originally planned to do a test tube, but my mother-in-law said that the test tube was too expensive and asked us to get pregnant naturally. As a result, Liu Yuy and I without getting pregnant. As soon as I said this, the people at the scene became restless again. It's what he deserves. He was obsessed with money. Now his daughter is dead, and he didn't even leave a child. He committed a sin. This is also retribution from God. God is wise. People like him don't deserve sympathy. Leah's mother collapsed even more. All of you shut up. No one paid any attention to her. I didn't either. I continued calmly. I didn't come here today to attend Liu Yuy's funeral. After all, Liu Yuy and I before Jibaxio. I'm not a priest and I'm not that magnanimous. I didn't come here just to clarify myself. Some accounts need to be settled. I looked at Liu's mother in G-Box AO and said coldly, "Don't blame me for settling bees with you now." Originally, I was planning to wait until Yuy's funeral was over, but since you are so anxious, I don't want to waste time. Before Liu's mother and G-Box IIO spoke, others began to make a fuss. Settle it however you want. We support you, Yifan. We misunderstood you before. Now say whatever you want. While everyone is here, we will give you fairness. We must not let these two people bully you. You speak quickly, we will help you. The reporter also came to my side and said excitedly, "We are now broadcasting live on TV and the internet, and the popularity is very high. Everyone supports you and hopes that you can get back all the unfair treatment you have received before. Our TV station will also stand by you. If you need legal assistance, we can arrange it for you immediately. I need it." I agreed without even hesitation. "Then wait a moment." The reporter went to contact a lawyer. I calmed down and said loudly again in front of everyone, "I have been married to Liu Yuy for 3 years. According to the marriage law, our property of her marriage, whether it is earned by me or Yuy, should be the common property of the couple. And just now everyone has seen that in the 3 years since we got married, Liu Yuy gave most of the money to her mother and Xiaobian. I turned to the lawyer and asked, "Can I get this money back?" The lawyer replied, "According to the marriage law, the income of two people after marriage is indeed the common property of the couple. If one of the spouses gives the money to others without the knowledge of the other party has the right to recover the money, but the premise is that the other party has evidence to prove it. I have it." I quickly took out the Yuan's transfer record. "This is the detailed bill that my wife transferred to them in the past 3 years. The lawyer took it and looked at it carefully, then nodded and said, "It can be used as effective evidence to ask the other party to return the money. In that case," I looked at Liu's mother. "The money that Liu Yuan transferred to you in 3 years is 430, earning 3 years is 400,000. Please return the money to me as soon as possible." "Bullshit. All the money my daughter earns is mine." "What qualifications do you have to take my daughter's money? Are you crazy about money? The law stipulates that the property of a couple is jointly held after marriage." The lawyer explained. "What law or not, my daughter is my daughter. Whether she is married or not, all her things are mine." The lawyer wanted to speak. No need to say more to him. I knew Liu's mother's nonsense too well. No nonsense. Can I go to court to sue? Of course, including the 120,000 that your wife gave to the pretty boy G-Box I owe. The lawyer gave an affirmative answer. "Okay," I turned to Liu's mother and G-Box I owe and said directly, "If you don't transfer the money to my account within 3 days, we will see you in court." "Yifan, you bitch, you dare to sue me. Do you think I'm afraid of you if you sue me?" Liu's mother was extremely excited. Shoebox IO couldn't keep calm at this time. "The money was given to me by Yuan herself. Why should I pay it back? Based on the fairness and justice of the law." I spoke word by word. G-Box I was speechless and his face turned red. "I have one last word to say. 3 days, otherwise we will see you in court." After leaving a word, I turned and left. I didn't want to waste my time on these two people. "If they don't pay it back, I will go to court to support you on the day of the trial," a relative said loudly. Other relatives also echoed, "That's it." As soon as we received a notice on the day of the court hearing, all of us and other relatives echoed, "That's right. That's right. As soon as we received a notice on the day of the court hearing, we will all come. I want to see how arrogant these two people can be in front of the law." "Okay, thank you. I am really grateful to them. After experiencing it once, you will know how beautiful the kindness of others is." Walking out of the morning hall, Yifan, the reporter stopped me. "Our TV station can always provide you with free legal aid. If you want to sue, you must contact us." "Okay, if you want to sue, I will definitely contact you." Of course, I know that there is no free lunch in the world, and the TV station does this to continue reporting the news. Anyway, I'm not the one who is injured, and I can also expose the ugly faces of some people, so why not? When I got home and just got off the elevator, I saw several old people standing at the door of my house. They were the ones who slandered me before. "That, Yifan, we just misunderstood you. We didn't know you had suffered so much. Don't take it to heart." An old woman came forward and said, flattering lie, "We were also deceived by your vicious mother-in-law. I didn't expect her to be so shameless. This is a little fruit we bought for you just as an apology." They handed me a big bag of fruit and left quickly. When they left, they didn't forget to say, "Yifan, we all support you." I actually never blamed them. In this world, most people will be affected by public opinion. The only people I hate are Yu's mother and G-Box IO. I opened the door and my parents were waiting for me at home. Seeing me come back, they were obviously excited. I looked at them with red eyes. They must have been angry and heartbroken after watching the live broadcast on EV. Fan, I didn't expect that you actually suffered so much injustice in the Liu family." My mother hugged me and burst into tears. My father also had red eyes beside him. "It's okay, isn't it all better now?" I comforted them. "My son is really smart." My father was originally a man who was not good at talking. He didn't praise people very much. At this moment, his face was really full of pride. "Otherwise, we would have been eaten to death by Yu's mother." I feel suffocated just thinking about it. I felt a little uncomfortable. In my last life, I was forced to commit suicide by their family. I don't even dare to imagine what happened to my parents after I die. Fortunately, nothing will happen again now. 3 days later, Liu's mother and Jibaksai did not return the money to me. I didn't urge them. I directly contacted the TV station and waited for the court. 2 months later, the lawsuit between me, Liu's mother and Jibaksai went to court. In court, when I saw Liu's mother and Jibaksai again, I was still a little surprised. The two people obviously looked much more haggard. Yu's mother was originally a fat person. Now she has lost at least 20 kilograms. The whole person is a little out of shape. Jibaksai is almost the same. His skin is obviously sallow and the whole person is listless. He has completely lost his former charm. I sneered. Actually, there was no need to be too surprised. I know too well how it feels to be bullied online and pointed at by people around me. There are many relatives and friends who came to the court today. They came to listen and support me. In addition to the scene, there are many people waiting for my good news on the internet. The lawyer argued for me in court. In the end, the court sentenced Jibaksai to return the 121,651 yuan that Liu, and spent on him in full, left 20 of the alimony to Liu's mother, and sentenced 342,160 to yuan to be returned. But because Liu is dead, Liu's mother also has the right to inherit the estate, so all the expenses here, plus the final compensation of 38,000 yuan by the insurance company, I will share half as a spouse, and the rest will be divided equally with Liu's mother. In other words, Liu's mother will eventually have to pay me 216,708 yuan. I walked out of the court feeling relieved. The grudges of the previous life are over here, at least for me. You and I got all the money I deserved back. I won back my reputation, and I can live a decent life in the second half of my life, and I can pursue my happiness again. As for Liu's mother and Jibaksai, their retribution has just begun. Liu's mother will be pointed at wherever she goes now. The point is that her daughter died, and she only has this one daughter. After the reputation fermented, no relatives sympathized with her, and she could only be alone. So even if she still had some money in the house, her life would not be much better. Later, I heard that Liu's mother was fooled by the seller of skincare products. Those young men who sold skincare products called Liu's mother Mom one by one, which made Liu's mother happy. Liu's mother spent all her money on skincare products. No relatives around her advised her, and they scolded her that she deserved to be cheated. After Liu's mother's money was cheated by the seller of skincare products, the seller disappeared. Liu's mother realized that she had been fooled, and she cried and made a fuss on the road. Others treated her like a lunatic. She only made a record when she reported the case. After all, there were too many elderly people who were deceived, and the police station was too busy. Most of the money could not be recovered. Later, Liu's mother seemed to have a mental illness. She was looking for her daughter every day and was talking nonsense at home every day. The neighbors couldn't stand it anymore and called the police. Liu's mother was sent to a mental hospital, and then there was no news of Liu's mother. As for Jibaksai, his life was not much better. He was fired by the company because of his personal style problems. He was often pointed at when he went out. There were also extreme netizens who sent him threatening letters and scary toys. After the incident between him and Liu, and became a big deal, no one in this life was willing to be with him anymore. I heard that for a long time Jibaksai had not left the house, locked himself in the room every day, and did not communicate with anyone. This behavior is too similar to my previous life. At first, I would communicate with people, but later I closed myself for a long time, and then at a sudden emotional point, I chose to commit suicide. Of course, these are not my concern. Whatever the outcome of Jibaksai will be, it is his due retribution and has nothing to do with me. My new life has just begun.